Keep it moving.
This is my happy place. Is that weird?
This is some serious firepower.
Hey, you look like someone who craves serious fight. Well, don't sweat it. I've got you covered. I'm the guy that's about to stick enough firepower in your hands to punch holes in all your problems. It's all part of my patented four-step process. You see? I sell you a weapon. Couldn't be simpler. And that's guaranteed. You see, I had you all figured out the moment you walked into my... I said to myself, Matthias, that looks like the kind of person who blow... I'm talking military-grade, state-of-the-art. Only when a steely-eyed weapons wonderkind like... Oh, don't worry. We sell all sorts of nifty noisemakers around here. Imagine being completely surrounded by Crimson Fleet pirates. You, my friend, are perched on the edge of in... So what do you say? Of course. And you want to... Because that's all you'll ever need. We're the first and... Now, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get you tooled up and on your way. Imagine the #1 gun manufacturer in the settled systems. They sit right at the top of... Okay, now, core kinetics. Think I'm bullshitting you. Buy one of our guns. Slap in a magazine. Feel the pull. I like that. It's what the brain guys call the magnetically assisted projectile systems. That's the hard thing. Those wizards managed to figure out how to push a solid slug out there. Some folks call them rail guns, but I personally hate that. You think this is amped up? You should see me after I take a hit of Aurora. Maybe. Huh. Once I start flying, I could sell a mag launcher. The showroom is yours, my friend. Every whipping. All right, well, don't be a stranger.
Great place to blow off some steam. If you're looking for some firepower... Sorry, I'm busy at the moment. Are you Ross? Are you gonna let me work? Or are you gonna keep bothering me?
Are you supposed to be here?
Yeah, what? Is this important? Let me save you some time. If you're here for a job, we're not hiring. If you're here about the conduction... Good. If you were, you'd be the 12th... Look, I'm sorry if I'm blowing up at you, but I'm afraid that things aren't going Why? Because I'm sick and tired of putting on a corporate... It's do or die time around here. I don't care if I'm allowed to or not. I'm happy to get this off my... The conduction grid went online almost 75 years ago. And since then, we haven't developed. At this point, the money we're taking in as a power utility barely covers the waste that's going on in the research and development. No, of course not. We still produce smaller power systems and backup generators. Genodyne needs to come out with something spectacular to put us back on the map. Unfortunately, no. I'm in one step above me is Ayumi Komiko. She's the COO of the company. And then... You'd think that, right? The problem is that Brayson Bayou, Administrator Bayou's I swear to you, the man doesn't know the first thing about... Isn't it obvious? Administrator Bayou clearly... I actually need our CEO's approval for that. Look, I'm running out of options. No one above me seems... I have a full report on Brayson that I want to send to administration. What do you think I should do? It describes my aggravation with how badly Brayson Bayou is running the research and development. I'm also including a list of all the failed experiments he's greenlit, and how much they've cost. I'm praying someone as financially successful as Administrator Bayou. You know what? You're absolutely right. I can't allow Hey, look, thanks for helping me out. If there's anything else you need, Genodyne was founded in 22, working from her facility in Neon. That was Genodyne's first. The span above the city is outfitted with a specially... When a lightning discharge hits the span, the energy is then transferred through. At this point, the energy is clean. That's an excellent question. And the answer? The conduction grid is only effective in lightning. Genodyne has always hoped to adapt the grid. It was great speaking with you.
What are you looking at?
The way things are looking at Genodyne, might be time to polish up my resume.
What? I'm working here?
Haven't met or can't talk. I've got a deadline coming up.
If you'll excuse me, I have a deadline to meet.
If you'll excuse me, I have a deadline to meet.
Keep your nose clean. Last thing I want is to charge you for a DP, an A and B, B and E, or heaven forbid, an MS. But at least then we wouldn't have to worry about a VOP, am I right?
Something I can do for you, love. Again. Look, you can tell Mr. Okadibo that I'm Oh. I'm afraid I've stepped right in. You aren't here about Mr. Okadibo's debt to Kelcor. My name's Clover McKenna, but you can call me... I'm not sure. I think he's afraid that I won't. Just a few weeks ago, he paid some poor fella to come up here. So I snapped at you like that. I thought he'd done it again. Yeah, maybe you This mess with Mr. Okadibo over at the Neon... It's a shop over in Akuchi Market. You know, they sell all sorts of mining supplies and raw materials. It's a fine look. Mr. Okadibo is the owner. He's a lovely, lovely man. But his aspiration... If only you knew. Mr. Okadibo owes a substantial debt. I've given him more than enough time to try and come up with the money. But my father's... Frankly, I don't know how much longer I can... For now, but let's not mistake my position for what it really is. He's set to retire in a few years, and I'm his only next of kin. So he shuttles me out here for two reasons. One, to flash a friendly and two, gets his firebrand of a daughter. You'd be willing to help out. That's... Just because I work for a megacorp doesn't mean I don't have a heart. Saburo, Mr. Okadibo, he really needs help, but he's too proud to accept any money from me. That is a rather personal question, and I would... Oh, that'd be splendid. Just... If you can get his debt off my conscience, I'd be grateful. It's been on my mind so much I've been... And don't worry about payment. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. When he opened the shop, he outfitted it with equipment from our company. Obviously, business hasn't been going well, because he's fallen way back. Opening a mining business on a world almost entirely... I suppose he intended to cater to travelers... Because my father has a ridiculous sense of humor, and I can't our family's Irish, for God's sake. Have a fine day.
Sorry, I'm busy at the moment.
No time to chat.
Cue for a cup of coffee right about now.
Can't talk. I've got a deadline coming up.
Are you supposed to be here?
I'm glad I ended up at Geldcorp. Ms. McKenna treats her employees like family.
I'm in the middle of some quarterly earnings analysis. Our office is open. Just try to keep interruptions to a minimum. This is the Stroud Eklund business offices. We don't do sales here, if that's what you're looking for. I'm in the middle of some quarterly earnings analysis. Excuse me.
I do like visitors, but Stroud Eklund doesn't run itself. Well, I should hope so. He and I are very famous. Oh, Interesting question. Neon is the ultimate play. Stroud Eklund, as a company, doesn't believe in restraint, but... Originally, both the Stroud and the Eklund corporations made consumer goods. But after my husband and I married and merged the companies, we decided... I still get questions from reporters wanting to know just how we pull...
If you want to see how short my temper is, keep talking.
What? I'm working here.
It's an honor to be a part of the Stroud Eklund team.
If this shit doesn't end soon, my man is not going to be happy.
Welcome to XenoFresh. How can I help you today? XenoFresh is the best place to work in Neon, and the pay is good, the hours are respectable. We're fortunate that Administrator Bayu dedicates his time and brilliance. The Free Star Collective has given XenoFresh Fisheries the sole right. If you care to sample some yourself, we have it for sale. Although Aurora is our flagship product, we all... Oh, try not to disturb Miss Grath. She's a busy woman.
If you want to talk, you'll have to schedule an appointment.
Working at XenoFresh is amazing. Come on, free or what other corp can beat a clerk like that?
Can't talk. I've got a deadline coming up. Are you supposed to be here?
This better be important. You're not a plate of croissants. Croissants. I had commissioned a special order of baked goods for our next... It's called sarcasm. Read the room, for God's... Then you're not... Oh, for God's sake. That foolish girl up front must have allowed you back here. Look, I'm really quite busy. If you're not here on XenoFresh business... My name's Libby Grath, and I am this... And since I answer directly to Administrator Bay, the last thing I need right now are more protest. Everything under the sun, from unfair business practices to reported bad working conditions. We're the #1 most successful corporation on Neon. Everyone's looking for a free handout or a tiny piece of... Well, I'll tell you the same thing I tell them before I have them. Well, this has been a delight. We must do it again sometime. What is it? I have 100 things to do, and you're number 101 on my list, so if you'll excuse me.
Have a question? You can chat with the receptionist all you want.
Hoping to get a meeting? I've been waiting all day. It's ridiculous.
I hear Slayton's had some major layoffs recently. Never a good sign.
Welcome to Slayton Aerospace.
Welcome to Slayton Aerospace. We're only taking meetings with our preferred clients at the moment. I'm sorry, we can't help you. Welcome to Slayton Aerospace. I'm afraid we aren't taking appointments right now.
That's an order, not a suggestion.
Seems like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere these days, spreading like a virus through the city system.
Ever look in the mirror and wish you could see another version of have your fun? Now is the time to enhance your life. Prepare and enhance.
I have some sleep crates for rent. It's tight, but it's home. If you're struggling, sleep crates are the budget accommodation choice of me. It's tight, it's got a smell that's an acquired taste. If you're in the market for a sleep crate, they sadly... That they do. It's the families that really... And when those families can no longer even afford... Good for you. You can at least get some privacy that way. No? And it just so happens we have a deluxe shipping crate that recently came on the market. Built for... It's an artist's way of saying less is more. Minimalism is about shedding life's excesses. One night in... Smart choice. I'd say you dodged a bullet, but you're the... I got loads of crates for rent. For next time.
Come on.
I'm a little busy right now. Can't talk right now. Neon isn't going to repair itself.
Hope you're a paying customer. You lost, kiddo? Just something I call everyone. Nothing to get... I had some high hopes for this shop back when my husband... These days, if you ain't a regular... Mm-hmm. Sounds like... Never heard of them. Now, are you gonna buy something or just... Well, now that I know you're serious, we can... Yeah, I know Headlock can't stand them. And I heard some of the other Sioka can't either. That boy doesn't know how to keep himself out of trouble. He's a customer. You're not here to interrogate me, so let's... Well, if any place should... In any case, if you're so desperate to find him, he and his friends are probably hanging out. I gotta ask. I have no affection for him whatsoever. I wouldn't mind seeing him get smacked around and put in his place. But that doesn't mean I think he should be killed. That's one way to punish him. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a bit... I may not be on the main strip, but I make enough to keep me afloat. Lucky for me, my regulars are a devoted crew. Mostly tied up in those good-for-nothing games. Those disciples and strikers always fighting over who gets to run the place. Solomon thought a small convenience store with cheap... Of course, the only killing me. Now it's just me running this place, so... Just the usual. See you around.
I like the Terrible uniform so much.
If you're wondering what that smell is...
I'm watching you. Back off. No funny business.
And who do we have here? You here for business, or to get your head caved in? Is that so? I'm not just some low-life thug anymore. I'm with the Sioka now. You mess with me, you'll mess with the whole syndicate, and that won't end well for you. Well, it should. All I need to do is say the word, and my Sioka buddies will pay you a very So go on, hotshot. Give me a reason why I should leave Tevin and his shitty little store alone. Go on, enlighten me. But don't waste my time. Wow, do you see how I'm shaking with fear? Oh wait, no I'm not. Sure, there may be some better uses of my time. Looking over your shoulder in Neon. It's annoying how you're making sense right now. It kills me to say this, but I see your point. Fine, we won't go around to the Emporium any longer. Whatever. Next time, I might not be so nice.
You try anything, you're dead.
any trouble, then I'll drive you straight to law.
My mother wanted me to be a doctor.
Oh, yeah. Please, do this right.
I'm watching you.
Jokes. Like, you aren't running. It's even worse if the joke's a pun.
We have everything you want out of Neon. Paint your face to fit your body with chunks. Chunks.
What do
Don't
anyway?
even choose.
Are you ready to feel euphorica? Okay, let's settle this once and for all. Velocity or chimera?
Those chimeras really pack a punch.
All day. Why do you think
I like coming here.
Excuse me, I don't suppose you're looking for a robotics expert, are you? I have a vested...
See, you just proved my point. Down your velocity.
Fine, whatever, I'll be here if you...
By the third chimera, you're floating on
Plenty of space in the members' lounge today.
I don't know about you, but
Welcome.
I can offer you a drink. Where the hell did Micah learn to mix a drink like that anyway?
Let's face
Customers choose our lounge because they desire. We have no blaring music, no crowds, no chaos. Of course, of course. If you desire access to the lounge, otherwise, you're welcome to relax. A wise choice. Here's your access key. Please let us know if you need anything else. Please, don't hesitate to ask. I see. I'd be willing to... Thank you for your business. The man you want goes by the name of Stratos. You'll find him at Madame Savage's. He's what you would call a fan of... Either way, he's the one you want. But you didn't? He's one of the usual lowlifes you'll find at Madame Savage's. He's awesome. For fans like him, trinkets and mementos are a way... Of course, I recommend our house. It consists of mild coals. The initial mildness of Chimera slowly warms the senses. This sweetness braces the... Sure. May all your journeys be safe.
Love the vibe of this place.
I'll take a wine, please.
Of course.
Strikers may have won for
Please
now,
enjoy.
but Eb's side will be
Thanks,
ours.
Micah.
You like art? Then you should see the tag job on the robot at Neon Tacticals. That Cyclops should be thanking me. I dressed up his toy real nice, gave him a total makeover. He's lucky that's all I did after what that thing did.
It's been a rough day.
If you're in need of some extra relaxation today...
Yeah, I do. And I'll make art out of your guts if you step out of line.
Wish I could, but I can't swing that right now.
Understandable.
Then what makes you think I will?
Please let me know if there's anything else you need.
You aren't playing around, are you? I felt my blood start to stir. All right. The Cyclops is one thing, but I know better than to mess with you. Besides, that Model A shredded my gun arm. I can't aim straight, let alone... Here, you give this to that freak and tell him we're even. Are you in a gang? You sound like a middle-aged... Yeah, I'm in a gang. Euphoric is home for people like us. And by people like us, I mean killed... Now, I haven't killed anyone in a while. Only when I have a knife in my hand. See you soon.
You good?
Excuse me, I don't suppose you're looking for a robotic. So much for common courtesy.
I'll take a wine, please.
Of course. Please enjoy.
Thanks, Micah. Take it easy. Hello. I'm looking for work. You hiring?
Nothing beats getting zoned in the members' lounge.
If you're hiring, I could really use the work.
Sure. Thanks, Micah. Now keep them coming.
Hello there. On behalf of Euphorica, I welcome you. I'll be happy to provide whatever you need for my private bar. Can I get you anything?
Wish I could.
Excellent. We have plenty for We also offer an assortment of beverages.
Please let me know if there's anything...
Begging your pardon, I find that fraternizing with the customers can lead to no offense intended. Thank you. Let me know. Certainly. You're welcome to sit back, relax, and enjoy your time here.
Thanks, man. Keep 'em coming. It's been a rough day.
If you're in need of some extra relaxation today, perhaps
You? Yeah, you. You really going to walk on by?
What I don't sell ends up in trouble.
If I have to eat fish for dinner one more time, I think I'm going to lose it.
We have everything you want at a Neon.
Show no mercy, leave no quarter.
Is there a type of leopard?
You're banking your own way.
You're out there a lot, right? In space? Just do us all a favor.
For just a few credits, our certified technicians will quickly... Reliant Medical. It's time you were trying.
Gotta call someone's power company.
Starship model is expertly crafted by the Settled System's best engineers and designers. And you deserve...
Hey, no funny stuff with that blue spot. Got enough flight traffic as it is. They're lost.
Systems premier financial institution.
I need help here.
the rules or wind up like Nashar. Your choice. Move along.
The latest bloody affair involved the M-Site strikers battling with their nemesis.
Range of personal treatment products. With us.
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere? It's because they have little outposts everywhere.
The latest bloody affair involved the M-Site strikers battling in a large warehouse. Many gang members credits were for you.
I know your type.
You fought hard to get this flight through space. We have everything you need for all your
Thanks for asking.
If the gangs can keep from killing each other, they just might have a good day.
more time?
Yes, what?
So, what do you think? Howdy.
Oh, yeah, I love her music so much. You a fan of Boreal? I vibe with that bird hard. She's a beast on the beat. Got a track in me head right now. Boom! Boom! I just need some more Aurora so I can get me head bobbing.
I don't know what blend tastes like.
Yeah, which is why it pains me to be here. I can't stand being away from that. But I can't listen to Borealis if I'm not zoning. That... A fan? Lady, I'm way more than that. I've been following her career since her club hopping days. I know it. I can probably tell you the number of hairs on her head. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing weird about it. In fact, I've made a whole bloody career out of following that woman. It's the way she makes the colors dance. But Borealis makes the Aurora dance when she hits those high notes. And you can put... So you get it then? Borealis's mods are an experience. And when it peaks, it's like you reached a hole. Lady, there's no way in hell I'm giving you this. This slate brings me closer to her. As her biggest fan. Well, if you bloody had any, maybe we could talk. Sure.
We love a jam. I hope you aren't here. Made a fresh mix of velocity.
Hey, I'm busy. You want the good stuff? Try somewhere else.
This song's got me so zoned. Lady, this slate. I didn't steal anything. Borealis always says her music belongs to him. I don't know. I'm not giving up this. Why would I part with the one thing that connects? Yeah, I do. That's fine. Right. I'm keeping the slate. If I want children, lady, there's this slate. Later.
Hey, get away from me. This place is like my second home.
Can I get you something? Maybe you'd like to try a velocity? Administrator Bayou has forbidden any place other than the Astral Lounge. Now, if you... What? Au revoir.
I really need to stop making steps.
out of trouble.
I got what you need. You can look, but we... Hope to see you again.
This Aurora stuff, it's blowing my mind.
Scram, I'm on duty.
Now is the time. Safety is almost guaranteed.
Nova Galactic.
Get out of my face. You want to gawk at something? Take it to the Astro Lounge.
This is Neon's premier social club.
A good song can play on repeat for hours. It never gets old. Have you been to the Astral Lab? Lady, there's no way. This slate. Bloody hell, is it that obvious? Damn ears have been ringing so loud. Okay, you can have the slate. But next time I stop by, I want to hear a mod so sick.
But here, I remind them. Welcome, off-worlder, to the
I used to be an actuary.
I'm a little stoned right now. So, let's take it slow, okay? Fun, really. Although, I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
they can get pretty possessive. Yeah, it's not all bad. Love can be toxic. But sounds like it all worked out in the end. I've got my slate, which means that inspiration's like a wave. Sometimes it's hard to catch. That's what this slate is. A still wave. A feeling frozen. See you on the flip. Hope you're enjoying the music at the lounge. Yeah, it looked like nothing was downloaded or tampered with. I'm almost glad it was taken by. Would have been awful to lose that thing. I was working. I'm not feeling it yet. I'm still. Thanks again for finding that thing. Hope you enjoy the show. Hey there. What's up? Shown safe.
Sorry, I'm busy at the moment.
People joke, say those Varun zealots worship a snake.
If you'll excuse me, I have
It's
a
some
deadline.
kind of celestial being. They call it the Great Serpent.
Save it for something.
Be careful if you run into those.
I'm interested in some of your mining gear, but I'm gonna need a discount.
I am confident that the flyers will help my business. Ah! Thank you so much, my friend. I believe that this will be a good... Thank you for taking the time to do this for me. It is not... Oh, she did. Miss McKenna is... It is my responsibility to pay the loan. If... Really? Let me take a look. Oh, I did not know she felt this way. She is always so professional. I thought she did not like me. That... And I like her. Oh, that came out wrong. What I meant to say was, I respect her... Look at me, my palm. Regardless, you have done me a service, and for that, you can tell Miss McKenna. I mean Chloe. I do have feelings for her, and maybe now I will... I know they say never to mix business with pleasure, but Come back soon, my friend. It's always a treat to see you.
Yeah?
Ready to make your judgment? You're extremely credible and copy flavors throughout the settled systems, so you can do your banking game violence on the streets with
If you're here to buy, I'm afraid we only sell direct to retail. Lovely day for it. That's fantastic! I was worried he'd take it the wrong way, so I'm glad you... I'll arrange for the funds to be transferred immediately. Hopefully Father will forgive the late fee. And if he doesn't, I can always reimburse. In any case, thank you, and...
You have something better to do.
more advanced teller machines. Galvanic here in Neon, best engineers and designers. Above the scum and the blight.
Private sector.
In the galaxy. Yeah, you. You're really going to walk on.
Too bad I can't so easily.
Welcome to Chunks. Please choose your chunks.
Leave immediately. Final warning.
Want to try something exotic? Hey there. Welcome to Off-World Eats. Wow, thank you very much. My husband Lee and I have spent years sourcing the most interesting... You can't find this type of cuisine anywhere else. Visitors and transplants. That was the idea anyway. Turns out that our little niece has also created our biggest hard one. To do that, we need to constantly source ingredients from across the settle. When we first arrived, we needed every credit we had to open the restaurant. Then the bills started piling up.
and we had to shift from... After a while, it was obvious that keeping a ship would get... That's how we're operating right now. It's terribly expensive. La Tora, you're not here to listen to my... Well, let me stop talking so you can take it. That would be so helpful. What I need are any sort of exotic organic ingredient. It's actually simpler than it sounds. If you've never seen it before and you aren't horrified to eat it... Ah, capítulo. Lee Leonard. We've been together for almost 5 years. Excellent. Oh, there's one important thing you should keep in mind. Be careful when you're collecting. It's not worth getting hurt trying to harvest ingredients. It's not by choice. I can promise. The amount of money required to maintain a business around here is... This space in the underbelly is literally all we can afford. But you know what? All that really matters is that we have a... Ah, not at all. We met on a Trident Starlines cruise around 8 years ago. We dated for a while, fell in love, and married only a year. Not at all. Here you go. Don't forget to bring back some of our goodies, and I'll make it worth your while.
What is that smell? Is that another one of your experiments?
Well, I was just trying something. Hey, are you making fun of my cooking?
Well, if you like our food, you might want to buy some extra take. Yeah, at this rate, we're probably not going to be. Yeah, sorry. I guess I tend to... Cosmo says I need to stop being such a pessimist, but
Administrator Bayou's crushing everyone's hopes and dreams. He's making it really difficult for honest people to earn. Believe me, people have tried, and some were even killed for their trouble.
Look, I could go on and on about Bayou, but you clearly came down here to eat, so I shouldn't monopolize. Cosmo should have plenty of meals ready to serve, if you're hungry. Oh, so you want me to embarrass? Cosmos and I met around 8 years ago. Anyway, we were both part of the food industry. So, within 2 years, we got married and opened our... Cosmos is the trained chef around here. No, I try to follow the latest trends and keep an eye on what's selling and what isn't. I also handle the books and adjust the menu, which is completely driven. Basically, I let Cosmos act like a mad scientist in the kitchen. Wow. Thanks for stopping by our restaurant.
Lee, did that great for my mistake you never arrived. We're running low on some supplies.
Yeah. I love this. Right.
What's up? Welcome to Xeno Fresh Seafood. Would you like to try? Trawl is an extruded polypaste blend made from premium organ. It's healthy, tasty, delicious, and... My apologies. If you wish to register a complaint, please fill out one of our... If you're in the meantime, may I suggest you try a tube of trawl? Yeah, trust me, you don't want it. They take everything left over from the Aurora processing and grind it into a paste. Then they add some kind of oh god, what do they call it? Algin. Hey, why don't you give me a break? I work at this shop all day. I mean, it totally sucks. Look, I can't really talk about this if they boot me out of here. I don't get my employee allotment of Aurora. No catch? Hell yeah, it would. It's gonna take a hell of a lot of Aurora to make that happen. So, can I get that right now? Oh, damn. If you come across some, maybe you could still swing by and drop it off. That'd be pretty cool. Next time, pick up a few extra tubes of trawl. You know.
If you got any spare creds, I can always take them off your hands. Hey, Chief, you got any creds you can spare? Thank you kindly. You're a class bass, you know that? I'll do my best to someday pay you back. Street's honor. Oh, I totally did. Found it in the dumpster right next to it. And it was perfect timing, really. You see, the other day, the wind got a nasty cough and blew away. But that won't happen with this slate. It's like wind resistant. That would mean I don't have to start over. All right. I lost them near the employee break area. Look for any papers near the ground, the tables, maybe. You find all 3 spreadsheets, and I'll give you the slate.
Welcome to Generdyne. Hello, welcome to Generdyne. Well, our conduction grid technology, as well as all of the other experimentation being... I'm sure many of our competitors would relish the opportunity to get... This is Generdyne's power facility. We're the only... All of the electricity collected by our conduction grid is sent here, processed. Oh, certainly. Have a wonderful day. Chief Technician Brayson Bayou is in charge of this power. If you have any questions about our corporate structure, you'll have to speak to them. Apart from the fact that he's Administrator Benjamin Bayou's brother, Like I said, that's all I am on. If word gets out that I'm spreading gossip about, then I don't know if you've taken a peek around Neon lately. Even if there was, why would I risk my job telling you? Oh, you're just annoying enough that this might work. I'd like to tell you, I really would. According to the techs working closest to Brayson, he's in over his head. In fact, they suspect he doesn't know a thing about electrical engineering. Now, we all know how he got the job. I mean, his big What I don't understand is why he put someone with no experience in charge. To be honest, I feel bad for Brayson. Unfortunately, only Generdyne employees are allowed. Any unauthorized individuals will be subject to the use of deadly force by our security. I apologize if that sounds ominous, but they require... Thank you for visiting Generdyne.
Another day, another shift.
Not interested.
Yeah, he looks
I'm afraid I'm not in the best of spirits right now, but I'll try and help. Hello. I'm sorry if I sound rude. We're actually closed right now. Oh, you're so kind. I really appreciate what... Perhaps another time. I'm afraid not, but come back tomorrow and perhaps... I said I'd talk to you sometime to... Yes, of course. Please forgive it. I said I'd talk to you. No trouble at all. I understand you're just...
I don't know who got those idiots at the Merchants Alliance to work together, but whoever it is, I've got a baton with their name on it. If you're here to report a crime, you're gonna have to... Oh, okay. So that's your opinion. Right now, I'm dealing with a stabbing in Ebside, a junkie ready to toss himself off the platform. So unless you're here to tell me that the trade tower is about to fall into the ocean... Yeah, sure. I think we can fit you in. Okay, you just bought yourself some time with Neon Security. Sorry, I guess you could say we enforce the rules just enough to keep the city from falling apart. You can find the Freestar Rangers in the city, but they're smart. If you're looking for law and order, Neon is Bayou's house. Nothing happens in the city without his blessing. Doesn't matter if you're a sewer rat or a millionaire, you answer. Screw with a guy or try to complain to a higher authority. But if you're pulling in cash and you're smart... Important. Aurora is the lifeblood of Neon, and anyone that disagrees is either delusional. Bayou is literally pulling gold out of the sea. He's got everyone. The man's a genius. He actually had enough clout to convince the entire... And between you and me, I don't even touch the stuff. All right, move on. The hell do you want? Watch yourself. I have my eyes on you.
Better not be a waste of my time. Not a bad gun. Good balance, weight. Allied armaments is a but that is not the issue here. That gun is hotter than a Suit yourself. If you got the money, or the goods. Now we're getting... Hey, I'm not here to rat on the rare. It's never really been a problem. Done here. If it's too hot to handle, we can take it up. But that is not the issue here. Pleasure doing business with you. If you find anything else, make sure you bring it to me.
If my shift goes long again, my girl is good at the hill.
I want to join List.
One of our advanced teller machines. Industrialist and member of the Freestar Collective ruling body.
this kind of music, but the noise then my client can finally relax. But I digress. Here's your payment, as promised. Yes, but I never work with the same client twice. Goodbye. You did good on that last job. A shame we won't work. May we live in interesting times.
You don't want to be fighting. What? You live in the rarefied air.
What's up? Headlock will destroy our shops if he isn't. Oh my. Now that is a true relief. I'm not one to get involved with the rabble, so I'm glad you came along when you did. Come back soon. You never know what we'll have for sale.
Look, man, have a heart. I can't pay right now, but I'll spot you next time, okay?
Do I look like an idiot? Tell me, do I have a sign that says idiot taped to my back?
No?
I know what you've been wasting your money on. Damn junkies. You pay the posted price, or you don't get anything at all. I'm running a business here. I don't give handouts.
Okay. Jeez, sorry.
I feel you on that. Sometimes I think people just like...
The Emporium of the perfect marriage. Discovery. United Colonies was worth it.
What can I get you? Looking to blow a hole in something? Good work. I hope you made him squirm. No, that's exactly how you send a message. Still, thanks. Styx is gonna get a new paint job, a coat of wax, the works. Oh, and here, for your trouble. Sometimes Styx took a different path. If I flipped the coin of life and it came out heads instead of tails.
I'm sorry. I did not understand your query.
choosing chunks. Which...
Got any creds? Hey, Chief. Wow, that's real class of you, Chief. A+ stuff. As promised, your slate. Tell your techie friend I didn't peek inside. And even if I did, I don't know.
That's it. I'm not going to show up to work for a week.
Yeah, I know.
Neon's review said the report showed I went into a world unlike any other. Grand is the only place on Neon.
What is it? There's always work to be done. Pace yourself, but make it a fast one. Well done. It seems assigning you to this task was time well. And as I said when we met, time is money. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an operative to...
You don't...
Live your best life. We'll be here for just a few credits. Our certified technicians will quickly
You don't need to wear your helmet in here. You know that, right?
Neon's, this better be good.
Right. There is at least a veneer of rules we gotta follow.
Keep your nose clean. We won't have any problems.
We can't just snipe disciples in the center of goddamn Bayou Plaza. Clear?
Oh, Combo Tech Big Bang. Now that's a weapon.
No. Hey, wait. You were there? When those security assholes nabbed me. Please, have a heart. You need to help me. Thank you. Oh, God. I've lost my job. I've lost my creds, and if I don't square things with Yannick Legrand, I'll lose everything. Yannick is expecting a package. A really not so legal package. Don't worry, Yannick's loaded. He'll take... You are a regular lifesaver. You're solid. My crate's on Block 02 in Ebside. My authentication code is Alpha 3 Kilo 4. Just tell the manager and she'll key you in. The package is there, everything accounted for. Just take that to Yannick and hopefully this damn nightmare will be over.
I'm not gonna say this twice. Get the hell away.
Look at you.
Be careful around here. Sleep crates for rent. It's tight, but it's home. You have the proper authorization code, and I'll let you... I might even throw in a thank you. I got it. And... authentication is all green. Look for C... Before you go, I'm going out on a limb here, and assuming your account's more flush than mine. I've got some evicted crates set up to go to the dump. Might be full of week-old chasm bass, or it could have the original Miguel. A brilliant piece of art. It celebrates when the colonists... The vids make it look stunning. All done in charcoal from the ember. Nice to be able to use my art history. Pro tip, when your parents say that... Back to work, I guess. I have some sleep crate units available for rent, but someone like you, trust me, you can do better. Nice meeting you.
Hey there.
Ah, a customer. Feel free to spend your cred. Oh, yeah, right. You're with Nesher. I know he got pinched. So if you are some undercover Neon secure, Yannick's no one's mark. Oh, really? Huh. Fascinating. So Nesher came through. Might be he's... Who am I kidding? He's a bottom feeder. But when all the good fish take the creds, I am known far and wide. Yes. He is loyal. You look like talent. Serious talent. You are looking at the one and only maker of Yannick's blend. The kick is the problem. But you may be a solution. Oh, it is Yannick's claim to fame. Yes, the Astro Lounge has a blend is meant for the crate rats. It is hard alcohol with a twist. The twist is Aurora, okay? Everyone. Ah, and smart. Blend needs Aurora, yes? And Aurora is totally illegal outside of the S. If the Rangers catch you with Aurora on a ship, and if the great Benjamin Bayou. But so far, I have outsmarted them all. And together, we can keep making loads of credit. This man thinks he owns Neon, but he is too good to look in the gutters with him. So Yannick can carve out his own kingdom. Now you do. So I have a... Nesher's worthless to me now. Loyal, yes, but he'll be... And my other employee, Felix. I think it is time Felix Sadler takes... Or maybe he tragically falls into the ocean, I don't care which. Felix. Felix is he's been getting worse. And a danger to the whole operation. It is called delegation. You make the right. Felix sacks up in some dingy warehouse in Ebbside. Give Felix my... Yeah. I'll
I gotta
see
tell
you
you,
later.
man, Blend is the best.